Hey everybody, welcome to the Mudjug1 channel. I am your host. We got a special show planned for you folks. Yes, we're going to talk about my life working on the drilling rigs. But first, before we get started, and we're going to have some pics in the end too. I dug out some old pictures to show you guys, so stay tuned. We're going to pack our lip. What are you packing your lip with? Well, I just ate lunch, and I like to pack a big fat hog of that Grizz Natty. But I want to see, I did a video on the whitetail smokeless, deerdip.com by the way, whitetail smokeless. I did a video on the wintergreen, and I want to try the mint. I want to see how well it satisfies my craving for a dip after eating lunch. As you know, dipping is the best after you eat. So let's crack this can. Let me give a big shout out to Rob for sending this to me. By the way, you can try this on their website, deerdip.com, using the code MUDJUG20. Give you 20% off, the biggest discount code they've ever had. So let's pack this can and check it out. Now the wintergreen I was impressed with, but we're gonna see how this mint is. Pinches pretty damn good. It's got a, you know, all this stuff that's herbal has a different texture and color to it. Now this is non-tobacco, but it has nicotine in it. There's a lot of these out there that don't have nicotine in it. So anyway, we'll load our lip. Pinch is good, that's for sure. I'm a spitter. I like to spit. It's a big part of the ritual for me of dipping is spitting. So we need a mud jug spinning. Guess what? We were kind enough to make some custom-made whitetail smokeless mud jugs. They have on their website, deerdip.com. I think they're only selling these for like 20 bucks, which is ridiculously cheap. Rob, I'm mad at you for that. Anyway, get them while you can. So, getting into story time. I worked for about a year on the drilling rigs. I worked on a telescopic? It's been so long I don't know how to say it right, Chris Dips. For Jade Drilling, which is now, I believe, is owned by Neighbors. I think Neighbors bought Jade Drilling. Some of you freaking oil field trash out there will know. Comment down below. But nonetheless, it doesn't really matter. So I was down here in California, going to college, and guess what? I was a broke-ass student, and I had no money left. So I went to Canada and worked on the rigs in Alberta for a good year or so to make some money, obviously. I was green as hell. I didn't know shit. I knew some people. They said, yeah, we'll get you a job. Just wait for the call. So I got a call. It was literally on Christmas. I got a call. Christmas freaking day. You need to be at work tomorrow. And they told me where to go. So it was the day after Christmas I started. It was fucking 30 below, 2 feet of snow. And hey, here you go. Do some work. So I started as a lease hand, otherwise known as a lease hound, and that's basically the lowest guy on the totem pole. You're a gopher. You do all the shit work nobody wants to do. As you can imagine, when it's 30 below, and with drilling rigs, you're drilling with mud and chemicals in that mud, of course. And anytime you're drilling, making a connection, tripping pipe, whatever, guess what? Mud gets everywhere, constantly. So you're constantly washing shit off and using, we had a boiler, we called the boiler room, is basically because it's portable. By the way, we used to shit in the boiler room. We used to take a 5-gallon pail and put some water in it and take it in the boiler room and shit in the pail because it was so cold outside. Shit in the boiler room and then go dump the pail out over the bank or whatever. Anyway, the boiler room was just basically a big room that created steam, and all the pipes that were connected ran steam throughout all over the rig. So you could have access to steam and water because, you know, hot water basically, because everything just would freeze, 30 below, mud everywhere. I mean, it was freaking hell. It literally was hell. Probably one of the worst jobs. I think it was the worst job I ever had, Chris Dips one. So shout out to all you oil field guys that are still freaking working on the drilling rigs. I don't know if things have gotten any better since. It's been several million years since I worked on the drilling rigs. So yeah, I was a lease hand, and you know, every once in a while I'd step in for a roughneck and they would kind of teach me the ropes. And we had a really good driller, the guy that was running the controls. You call him a driller, and we had a really good derrick hand. And I would do everything these guys didn't want to do, didn't have to do. They could make me do it. But of course, I worked my ass off, and I got promoted to roughneck, which was good news because that was more money, but it was harder work. And then we got the call, hey, guess what? We're done with this whole we're going to Northern Alberta in the middle of BF fucking E, and we're gonna work a camp job for 3 months, 4 months, some shit. What? Oh my God. It's gonna get even colder. We had to fly into this camp job on a little ass Cessna type airplane. They landed that shit on basically a runway made out of snow in the middle of nowhere. There's no roads. The only roads that were out there were made fucking out of snow to get to all these different spots where we had to, you know, punch holes and drill these holes. And good God, was it cold. I remember times it used to get down to 60 below with the wind chill. 60 below, Chris.
I'm good. No thanks.
Yeah, no shit. And you wonder why I live in California now. You work a year on the rigs in Canada, you'll understand why. Freeze your freaking balls off. So on a camp job, basically we got in, we had to help set up camp, and a camp job is basically a bunch of freaking double wides put together, and they set up camp, and that shit stays there for, you know, however long you're gonna be in the area working. So we had to set the fucking camp up. They did feed us good, by the way. And how it worked is that we would basically work 1 week of day shift and 1 week of night shift. When you worked a night shift, you started when it was dark and you ended when it was dark and you never seen daylight. The further north you go, you fucking rocket scientists, the shorter your days are in the wintertime. The longer your days are in the summertime. I bet some of you people didn't know that.
Are they like 8-hour shifts?
No, 12-hour shifts, man. You have to wait for your relief to show up because the guys who were working opposite you, they were sleeping. So then while you were working, and then they'd come and relieve you, and then you'd go to freaking grub at camp and shower up and sit there and drink beer or drink all half the night and then pass out and do it all over again. The crazy part is the company that we were drilling these holes for was paying us a drilling bonus. So but from the time we spud the well, started drilling, and hit TD, total depth, on the well, every well is different distance. Some of these holes we were drilling were freaking only 250 meters deep, which is nothing. We would get a drilling bonus. There was a drilling incentive bonus for us to finish these holes. The quicker, the more money we could make. Well, that's good and all, but the problem is when you have to move an entire fucking rig every 3 days because you're punching holes that fast, oh my God, do you get burnt out. I mean, dude, you're moving an entire setup every 3 days. That's a lot of work.
Traveling circus.
Oh, exactly. Traveling circus is right. And of course, when I was in the rigs, I was chewing on the rigs. I was chewing red, man, like it was going out of style. Because I was outside, and when I'm outside, I like to spit even more and just spit in that tar. You know how it is when you're chewing.
Oh, yeah.
And you spit like a freaking banshee. What we would do in the summertime is I basically bought this shitty ass, I wish I had a picture of it, probably do somewhere. Shitty ass trailer, holiday trailer I bought, you know, for like $1,000. I used to tow my holiday trailer out. Most of the guys would do this because you get a living allowance for every day. But we could pocket that living allowance that some guys use on hotels. We would pocket it and we would stay in our little freaking shitty ass trailer. And that's what I used to do. I used to sleep in this shit. I mean, this thing was a piece of garbage. I actually had to freaking flip the lease springs around on it to raise the damn thing so that I could get it in some of the lease roads that we were drilling on. It was nuts. Bring a barbecue, bring food, and that's what we do. Barbecue, drink beer, and then fucking work. The rig was right there. You fall asleep to the rig motor. All fucking night. Holy dickosaurus. So basically, in a nutshell, how my career ended was I got a promotion from roughneck to motorman, which was more money and a few more responsibilities. I believe that they were gonna go do another camp job, and it was cold as fuck. And I said, I had enough of this shit. I'm fucking done. I got enough money. I'm going back to Cali. I'm going back to Cali. I don't think so, but I did anyway. Anybody who works in the rigs and continues to do so, holy shit, kudos to you, man, because I tell you, it's not easy. I mean, no matter what I do, I work hard, so I probably work too hard. I probably could have got away with working a little less hard, but that's just how I roll. And, you know, roughnecking, slip and chain, running tongs, throwing the slips in. Shit, if I had to throw those slips in now, I'd throw my fucking back out. Old ass dude. I want to show you guys some pictures. My dad actually, his entire career, he started working on the land rigs, like I worked on when he was 17. And he worked on the drilling rigs all his life. And when he when he finally retired a few years back, well, the last 10 years of his career, he worked. He was working in Asia, and he was basically building rigs. The shipyard for a couple different companies. But here's a picture when my dad was working offshore. This is when I was, I don't know, 12 years old. You guys are gonna love this shit. Standing here with my dad. Damn, he looks young there. This was when I went and visited the rig called the Vinland on the East Coast. It was in the harbor, so I got to go out there. And I think maybe I was 12 years old or some shit. I got to check out one of the offshore drilling rigs that my dad was working on. He was just taking care of it while I was in the harbor. Can you focus on that, Chris Dips?
Here we hold it.
Look at those glasses, bro.
Oh, it's oh shit, dude. Look at them spectacles, man.
Yeah.
That's all your dad is. That's your dad,
Oh,
huh?
yeah, my dad's a monster. He's 6'5", I think. Here's another one with me running the drawworks on the drilling floor there. Yeah.
Oh shit, there's little Darcy.
Yep. Look at me. Look
Hey
at me.
guys.
Hey.
You see me?
Guys.
I'm doing it.
I'm doing it. Offshore rigs, those are monsters, man, compared to the little shit I used to work on. Look at, here's a picture of up north here, focusing on that. That's the rig. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
And I got the last one, just so you guys know, I just didn't take pictures of a rig and bullshit in my way. There's a picture of me. Look at that handsome devil.
Oh god,
Man,
look at that.
Cheeks, bro.
Holy crap, dude.
Dude, getting dirty. Don't worry, I was pulling the tail, bro. You know what we used to do? In the summertime, we used to, like, if we were, even though we were staying in our fucking trailers on the lease, we would go into town and we'd go to the bar. When we got off work, we'd go to the bar and we'd get fucking hammered. Dude, we picked the wrong fight one time with the wrong group of guys. We're talking, there was like 6 of us and there was like 20 of them. So it didn't end very well, let's just put it that way. Oil field guys are known to be a little little crazy, and we definitely lived by that rule. Then when we would have our days off, you come home for a week or whatever, and all we want to do is just get shit-faced drunk and party and get hammered. That's what you do. I don't know if they do that anymore or not, but that's what we used to do.
I'm sure they do.
That's what my dad used to do.
30 below. Shit.
Mm-hmm. My dad actually managed the building of the biggest rig that BP has right now, and he built it a lot of it he built, they moved it to Trinidad actually. Built it somewhere else, they moved it, Trinidad. So I don't care, I don't know if anybody gives a shit about that, but some people will. Nonetheless, grab yourself some whitetail smokeless. I had this in now, 10-15 minutes, Chris Dips one?
Oh yeah.
The stuff stays together. A lot of this herbal shit just turns into mush, stays together. The flavor is there. I like the wintergreen better because I like wintergreen better than mint. It actually satisfied my dip craving. Because for me, it's not necessarily the nicotine, although this has nicotine in it. It's just having something in my cheek, in my lip, and spitting. That's a big part of it. Like if I go outside, I'm gonna do yard work. I put a dip in. Even if I just took one out, I'll put another one in because I want to be out there. I want to be spitting outside.
So it's perfect for people who want to quit, right?
Yeah, well, that's the point of this, right? Get off. Everybody's brainwashed. Speaking of that, I've seen a ton of people commenting on some of my old videos. Like I have a video, dip does not cause cancer and smokeless tobacco will save your life because of that book Dr. Radu wrote. And there's people, I don't know where they're coming from, they're just commenting, telling me how I'm full of shit and this and that. Hey, look, if you believe this stuff about how dip can cause cancer, then you know what? That's your fucking problem. So if you're scared and you don't want to do the real research and you want to, something to an alternative, this would be the way to go.
Yeah.
Mud Jug 20, get you 20% off this shit. And grab a freaking whitetail jug while you're at it. Because we're not selling these on our website. This is a one-time kind of deal. Show them some support. I'll leave you with this. Always be a man, reach for that can, because if it ain't dip, it ain't shit. If you ain't packing, you slacking. And if you want a good paying but a shitty-ass gig, go get yourself a job on an oil rig. I'm out. They're false advertisers. Chicks will do whatever they gotta do to get you hooked and make you think, oh yeah, she's the one.